welcome. Thank you. Congratulations. So we're here today to dedicate the Doc Morinelli Theater. Hi, everybody. So we're going to do this today, and like all things this year, it's a year like no other. But as you've taught generations worth of students here, regardless of context, the show must go on. That's right. Right. So today the show is going to go on virtually. Right. So it's my pleasure and delight and honor on behalf of Shipley, the school, alumni, students, friends, and family and colleagues to present to you these scissors to officially open the Doc Morinelli Theater. Thank you. Take it away.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Turner. It's my privilege and honor to serve as the head of school here at Shipley. And thanks for joining us this weekend for Alumni Weekend. As I was just explaining to our guests, who we're going to honor here in a moment, this is our largest Alumni Weekend ever. It's definitely in a different context here as we connect virtually. But as I just shared with Doc Morinelli and his family, as the saying goes, the play must go on, right? And so the show is going on here on campus virtually. We have a small little group here to honor Doc Morinelli as we dedicate the Doc Morinelli Theater. And so I'd like to introduce to you Brooksley Wiley, who is the chair of our Board of Trustees, who's going to do the official dedication. So on behalf of the entire school community, friends, family, colleagues, alums, and of course students, thank you for being with us today. Brooksley, take it away.
Thank you, Michael. As Michael said, I am Brooksley Wiley, Chair of the Shipley Board of Trustees. I am here today on behalf of the board to welcome you all and to formally dedicate the Doc Morinelli Theater on Shipley's upper campus in honor of Dr. Anthony Doc Morinelli. Doc is a beloved teacher of many disciplines, from art history and public speaking to philosophy and French. He served the school for more than 30 years, beginning in 1987. Doc says that developing the theater department is probably his most rewarding accomplishment. Year after year, the program expanded, gaining a reputation for unparalleled excellence. Doc had and continues to have an invaluable impact on his former students. Dustin Shipley, class of 2000, said that Doc was a major inspiration, and I quote, "He and I had a kind of family-like relationship with each other. He exposed me to opera, the high art of theater, set design, and early lighting. Those are still fundamental in the work that I do." Prashant Bhuyan, class of 1996, recalls Dr. Morinelli ardently challenging the class to explain their assumptions. And Karen Kroc, class of 1993, says, and I quote, "Dr. Morinelli was a person you wanted to be like. You wanted to make him proud." Doc retired from school life in 2019. Today, you can find him in Huffertown, renovating a 1698 historic property, exhibiting his art, translating manuscripts, rescuing dogs, and updating his cooking website, thefoodtable.com. The space with which we honor Doc's contributions to Shipley is a gray box theater, situated inside the Pilch Commons, which also houses the Chris Wagner Art Center. It is fitting that the Doc Morinelli Theater be in a space designed to inspire and bring students and colleagues together. It is my very great privilege to officially dedicate the Doc Morinelli Theater in honor of Dr. Anthony Doc Morinelli. Congratulations, Doc, and thank you.
Doc, I just wanted to say congratulations. This is such a well-deserved honor. I have so many great memories together in that theater. I always looked up to you as an artist and a director and a linguist and a historian and a musician and so many things. I just thought you were so unique and you had such a big impact on me. So congratulations. I miss you.
Hey Doc, it's your favorite student. Honestly, every amazing memory I have of Shipley involves you. Everything from the plays, to the musicals, to madrigals. You were there and you were encouraging me all along. Thank you for being such an incredible teacher and mentor. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for the memories. Mwah.
Doc Morinelli, it's been a long time, man. My name's Christian Santilli, and I'm going to tell you about the first time that I ever met Doc. It was after my first play, the first play I was ever in. It was Henry IV, and I'm sitting on the benches outside of the middle school after everybody has left, waiting for a ride that I don't think was coming. And from nowhere, Doc comes around the corner. And as he comes around the corner, he just goes, "Hello," and then keeps walking and turns around and goes, You have to be in the theater. You have to audition next year. Will you audition next year?" And I just like, "Yes." And he goes, "Good." And he walks away. And that was pretty much the story of Doc and my relationship for the next 3 years. He believed in me at first sight. You know, he showed me that every feeling that I had worth. He took a kid that was continuously turning more and more inwards and just brought them out. You know, Doc, I don't think I've ever said this to you directly, but you saved my life more than once. You were the one that every time that things were going more and more wrong, allowed me to realize that I could use everything that happened in my life for something beautiful. You planted the seed that made me into the person that I am today, and I can never thank you enough for that. So, I miss you a lot, old man, and I'll see you later.
Hi, I'm Sarah Yardney, class of 97. One of the things that I valued most about Doc as a teacher is that he always took us seriously and demanded that we take ourselves seriously. So when I was working with him, I always felt like I was doing real work. It wasn't practice or an exercise to get me ready for the real work that I would be allowed to do when I was older. It was real work right now. So I'm really proud to have been one of his students, and I'm thrilled that he's getting recognized in this way. Way to go, Doc.
Hi, Doc, it's Matt.
Hi, Doc. It's Chris.
Congratulations on the new theater.
Yeah, really well deserved. And I'll save a spot for us because we're going to come back and sign our names on the new one, too.
Yeah, totally. Really loved doing theater there, of course. We both did. And I'm doing a PhD in philosophy now, so it looks like you may have had an impact. Thank you. Congratulations.
Doc Morinelli.
Hey, Doc.
How are you, Doc? Dave Sampson here. Ben Klein, Rob Drury, class of 95. Congratulations. We wanted to share a couple memories with you on this big occasion. First of all, I love being part of the theater program at Shipley. I was not much of an actor and not much of a carpenter, but being in the theater and being a part of that community, I felt a sense of belonging. I got to spend time with you and some of my closest friends every day, sort of hanging out in that theater. Latin and French, I remember, were highlights of my high school experience and classes. And the last thing I'll say that I always remembered about you is anytime I came back to the campus, you stopped whatever you were doing to check in on how I was doing, how my family was doing. And it was just always great to see you. So congratulations, and I'll pass it off to Ben here.
Hey, Doc, congratulations. I remember arriving to Shipley as a sophomore. I felt a bit out of place, but on a whim, I auditioned for the fall play, which was I Remember Mama, and it changed my life. As you know, I'm now a famous actor in Hollywood. My next film, Devil's Care, is streaming on Netflix starting next week, so check it out. Actually, that's not true. I'm a lawyer, Doc, but it doesn't change the complete influence you had on my life, and it's been a lasting influence. You're a director, a teacher, and a mentor, and I miss you and thrilled that you're getting this your honor.
Yeah, likewise, Doc. Really excited for you. No one's more deserving. You were a huge part of my experience at Shipley. And to Dave's point, really the community that you built for me was something that I still remember when I think back at all my years at Shipley, even going back to middle school. I was a little bit more of a behind the scenes guy. I haven't sewed since 1994, but that was my time on the sewing machine and I was pretty darn good at it. Pirate of Penzance, sets, building, lighting for I Never Saw Another Butterfly. I did have a smaller part in Do Re Mi. Actually, I still feel a little bit passed over for Hubie Cram, but Water Under the Bridge. But it's been great seeing you over the years at church. I haven't seen you in a couple years, so get back out there. And really want to say thank you and very excited for you. And this is super deserving. So very happy for you.
Love you, Doc.
Congratulations, Doc.
Congrats.
Hey, Doc. I can't imagine a better way to honor someone who's given so many years to theater at Shipley and to Shipley students in general. I learned so much from the example of your deep love of the humanities. You made me a better artist and a better person, as you've done for so many other students. Enjoy a well-earned retirement. I look forward to many more conversations with you about art, music, and drama.
Hey, Doc. Just wanted to extend my congratulations on this much-deserved recognition. I truly cannot think of someone more deserving of this. You have by far been the most influential teacher to me, both on stage and in the classroom. So from the guy who can hit every note of the page part in Amol and the Night Visitors, according to you, I don't think that's true. But congratulations and thank you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do.
Doc made me memorize this on the stage of Riley Theater many years ago, and I think it's fitting for the occasion. So long as men may breathe and eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. You've achieved immortality, Doc. Congratulations. You deserve it.
Hi, Doc. This is Max Weigel, class of 2011. I am ecstatic to hear of a new theater at Shipley dedicated to you. You have coached me through formative acting, musical, culinary, film, and poetic endeavors. I've continued to use all these skills since Shipley, with your guidance in mind. I've also seen how my peers, along with all the dogs that you've homed, have flourished from the spaces that you've cultivated. Dr. Anthony Morinelli, you're a true polymath whose legacy will live on through young performers.
Hi, Doc. When I heard they were naming the theater for you, I thought, of course they are. You've always been the heart, the soul, and the brains of Shipley Theater. So it feels right to have your name over the door, finally. I want to thank you for teaching me to take risks, but mostly to really own my space. It was a lesson I needed in high school, and it has served me so well over the years. So thank you, Doc. Love you, and congratulations.
So I'm probably one of the few alumni who knew Doc when he was merely Mr. Morinelli. This is back in 1987-88, and he was doing things like having us read Descartes in the original French, and we were reading medieval fables, and he would tell us what Little Red Riding Hood was really all about. And, for a high schooler, that was some pretty intellectually stimulating stuff. And quite frankly, it was a lot of fun, too. So for all of that, Tony, I will simply say, merci, monsieur. Congratulations.
Hi, Doc. Congratulations. I was so excited to hear about the naming of the Doc Morinelli Theater, and I just wanted to add my best wishes. I also wanted to thank you for making the theater such a fantastic, welcoming space. My very best memories from Shipley took place on stage and in your class, and I learned so much from you. So thank you again, and congrats.
Dr. Morinelli, it was just like yesterday that I remember my roles in Joan of Arc and Brigadoon as a Scottish sword dancer. And for that, I thank you for pushing me out of my comfort zone to try new things like theater, because they really do form some of the fondest memories of my entire scholastic experience. I want to congratulate you on an incredibly impactful career. I know the lessons that you've taught me have made an impact, and for that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that you were always so passionate and that you really cared about what you were teaching kids. And so, I'm just grateful for the opportunity that I had at Shipley and to learn from you. I wish you and your family all the best in future endeavors. And anytime you're in New York, please reach out to me. I would love to catch up over dinner. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Hello all. This is a great moment for our friend and former colleague. We call him Papa Doc. This is a wonderful dedication to him, a much deserved dedication to the man,
The legend,
the myth,
Tony Morinelli.
a true Renaissance man. Doc does it all. As you know, Doc laid the foundation for all of what we see here at Shipley today, in terms of the number of students who are in the program, enjoying performing on the main stage and the gray box, the lower school stage, where the kids perform a musical every year now. Doc has everything to do with laying the foundation for that over the years. Both Em and I got here 13 years ago, and we were invited to join this department by Tony, and we quickly became family after a 9-course sit-down dinner.
That's right, I think it was.
Was it 9 or was it maybe 10?
Maybe 10,
maybe.
He's a phenomenal chef.
Phenomenal chef, phenomenal painter, a philosopher, a brilliant director.
A Renaissance man.
A Renaissance man, truly. Tony, from soup to nuts, has done it all. From making the costumes by hand, where they used to make the costumes, and Tony would bring in, have parent volunteers come in, and they would stitch together costumes.
Beautiful costumes as well, which we still have a lot of,
Which we still have a lot of. He would paint the backdrops or the periactoids, for the scenic design of the show.
Do you remember when we did Henry V? Tony painted a huge castle across the back of the stage.
Oh my.
The most beautiful.
The beautiful castle. We didn't want to,
didn't want to paint over
didn't want to paint over it. We wanted to save that. Masterpieces every year Tony would create, and he would do it his way, and it was always excellent and always top notch. And it wasn't just what Tony did behind the scenes, right? It was, production wise, but it was also all that he exposed the kids to, throughout the year. Taking kids on trips, and
that's right.
We were entering competitions. We were constantly on the road somewhere. Either it's the Met in New York, watching a wonderful opera, or the Kimmel Center in
Westchester Theatre Competition.
Westchester Theatre Competition.
Yeah, that's right.
We failed to mention he's also quite the writer.
He's an amazing playwright. Plays have been produced all over the world.
All over the world. He has several plays produced all over the world. And a funny anecdote. So before accepting the position to teach here at Shipley with Doc, after he called me out of nowhere, I never, I wasn't, the story goes, I wasn't looking for a teaching job at Shipley. Doc found my resume, my CV online somewhere. He called me, he says, hey, we're looking for a theater director. Come in. I want to talk to you. I'm like, well, wait, how'd you get my number, Doc? He said, I found it online. I went to a conference in D.C. and trust me, I know how to find good teachers. I mean, this is what he was. This is kind of how it began. And
he has a good instinct.
He has a good instinct. And I said, okay, I need a sign. I said, God, I need a sign to know that this is the right place for me. That this is where I should put down some roots. And I was teaching a workshop in Pittsburgh, a bunch of kids. And I said, I need some scenes to hand out during the workshop. So I go online and I just pull a couple of random scenes, print them out, put them in my bag. I get to Pittsburgh, I pull the scene out, and it says The Ketchup Bottle by Tony Morinelli. I said, wait a minute, Morinelli? That's the same name of the guy that just called me and offered me a position. I said, it can't be the same person, Tony Morinelli. Come to find out, Tony has written several plays, and it was just by sheer coincidence, but it was more than that. It was like divine intervention.
Yeah.
I literally, I said I knew I had to be here at Shipley and work with Doc.
That's such a great story, Phil.
And
that's really lovely. I always remember when we first started, and just the influence Tony had on me personally as a director of high school students and working particularly in Shakespeare at that point. And his visual eye was something that I carry with me the whole time in terms of not only how he lit the stage, how he would balance everything with color, how he would use projection, which started my whole love of using projection as set design, but also the combination of using artists and
Yes.
projecting their work
Yes.
onto stage, which is what we did when we produced the Scottish play, which I can't mention because we are actually in the theatre. But it's just remarkable, the learning curve I've experienced through sort of knowing Tony and working with Tony, which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah, he has been a great mentor to us
He
both
has.
Over the years, and we've gleaned a lot from watching Doc work. Although I know he would only want to use an old conventional stage Frenzel light with the drop-in gels. I mean,
right.
that would be. I know, Doc. You just. I mean, to have it your way, 5 lights, a dimmer board. Keep it simple, black and white. I mean,
That's right.
what's all the but look at where we've come
Yeah.
through Doc's vision. We have a beautiful stage.
That's right.
We have LED lights
Yeah.
that are
State-of-the-art
lighting board. Rear screen projection that now can project all those great masterpieces
right.
that Doc used to paint by hand.
Yeah. But I think the real legacy of what Doc's done for us all is what he's done for the students and
Without question.
the impact he's had on their lives, and even just seeing like how he stayed in touch with so many of them, and how what he's taught them, not only in theatre but in philosophy and film
And French.
That's right, has really impacted their lives, and it can't be understated.
Yeah, truly, I have to second that. And there were many times where Doc and I believe you went on a couple of these trips with us. We would go into the city and we would hold workshops and with charter schools and schools in the city who don't have, unfortunately, theater arts programs. And Doc was right there all the time, doing outreach and teaching some of the underprivileged youth, and was really just a man about the mission, always teaching, always sacrificing. He truly, we can't say enough about Dr. Morinelli. He was truly, he's a legend and an institution in and of himself.
Yeah.
And I think it's
fitting, isn't it?
I was going to say it's
Yeah.
fitting that we would have the Gray Box named after the great Tony Morinelli. Every time we walk into that room,
Yeah.
we get to share a moment with you, Doc, a great memory, and and your spirit is there, and we love you,
Yeah.
and we
Thank you for everything.
thank you for everything, and we hope to see you.
Can't wait to come to Harford Hall either.
Really, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still producing, Doc.
Still producing.
And how many dogs is it now? Probably 6, maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Rescue
dogs.
Yeah, amazing.
Just can't say enough about you. So love you,
Here's
Papa
to you,
Doc. And we will see you soon.
Thank you.
In a moment, I want to invite you to come up and say a few words, but I want to add some personal notes to that. We just got to see generations worth of your students, sharing praise, and those are just a representative sample of all those that are out there, and who I just a fair warning, will probably keep reaching out over the next several days and weeks as this spreads out across the world. And I just want to add a personal note on behalf of Meredith and I. It was fitting at the end there that Emma and Phil, who you helped bring to this school, right, who you're responsible for, that your work continues, and that people are continuing to benefit from it. Our son Fran, who's a sophomore this year, was in the musical last year, and got to work with Phil and Emma, and with this amazing program that you really founded and helped build. So on behalf of all the current families, thank you for your work. And so I just invite you up to the stage to share a few thoughts, if you would.
I think my students know that I'm not one for a lot of talking. But when I was thinking about that I was supposed to say something, I was working in restoring the garden in my house, yesterday afternoon, and it occurred to me that a gardener is highly dependent on his environment and the seeds that he's given. And in terms of environment, Shipley has always, always encouraged everything we did. Never had a moment of being censored, being told no. And we did some pretty unusual things for high schools. In fact, I can remember not more than one student coming back to me when they were in college, and when they would be in the theater program, the teacher would ask them, you know, what experiences they've had, what plays they had been in, and when our Shipley students told them, they said, what kind of a high school did you go to that you were allowed to do that kind of a piece? So there's my ground, there's my terrain, that's my environment, and that's Shipley gave me that. And then the seeds, hundreds of the most talented students I have ever worked with in my life, they're the ones who are responsible. They're the ones who made it. They were the things I was given to work with. So it's really not me at all. It's the school and years and years of exceptionally talented young men and women, academically and theatrically, that have made my life. So I guess that's all I have to say. And then again, in the end, thank you very much. I do appreciate everything you've done. Thank you.